Is he going to lose his third? If he loses his third, it's going to be huge this time point in the game where his third isn't even saturated, but he has invested the minerals into it. He is going to get a surround. Is he going to focus it down? No, 90 health before it gets wiped out. Though that's a lot of damage done to that. It's sadly, if you leave the building standing, you have essentially done nothing. And this building is still standing and functional. It does everything a hatchery should do, except it's bleeding a bit and will heal ever so slowly over time. And if he decides to gain Queen over here, he can transfuse that for even more health. And he has a large Zergling count in the middle of the map, still maintaining excellent map control, really keeping Red Terran here on his heels, on the heels of his feet. He is building another command center, so prepping for a third, maybe down here, but not before a burrowed Zergling would stop him from doing that. I love that burrowed Zergling tactic would force him to waste a scan on a single Zergling. So frustrating as Terran to have to just scan. Again, we have more Baneling mines up here. So if Casey wants to go around the fork now, again, I like that he had two. Maybe he'll grab some more up here, but no. Is he going to swing around? No, he's not going to go for it. It looks like Leenock is going to be bringing up his Mutalisks here. I really love that. I really love to see Baneling mines well utilized against an enemy who goes primarily heavy infantry, because Banelings are so good. And I'm going to have a Mathis versus ladder where you watch me play someone who literally uses straight up Marines. And so my response is Marines, Mutalisks, and Banelings, primarily Banelings, and that just is, it really perfectly works. Now he's going to try and fish, it looks like, for these Marines again, casting the line, trying to get them to come over here, but no, he does not. I'm curious if he thinks there might be any more Banelings over there. I know I would be if I were him. Banelings are quite terrifying, especially as a Terran here. And so we are going to be moving up. He is going to be looking at the gold, seeing if there's any other gold up here. He's going to be able to stop this quite nicely. Just as he... Sorry, I had to pause that. My frame rate's hiccuping. I think it's because I alt-tabbed for a second there. So he's not going to be able to get that gold down. He isn't going to be able to get this missile turret down either. Killing off that SCV before he does anything. He's going to swing this around here to see if he can get any... just get ready to take that gold. It looks like he is going to go for that gold one way or another. But not before Leenock is already aware of it and going to be knocking at his door later on because of it. Now we're going to be popping that a gold hatchery, and he himself already has his gold up, so this is excellent timing for Leenock. One step ahead of the game, is grabbing another expansion up here as well, so double expanding, really staying ahead. And if we take a look at the units count, he is above and beyond as far in work account as far as the Red Terran goes, and his food count is actually really nice. He's coming up close to max, so don't be surprised to see some sort of epic encounter very soon. He is going to be swinging up with these Mutalisks and killing off a few Marines, swinging out back, going to be putting some pressure on these tanks. The tank's not well guarded right now. No Marines to really watch the back. That is one tank snipe there, and he's going to be flying away. A few of them are going to be a little bit hurt, taking out a few of the SCVs. Any SCV kill is a win in his book, and going to be poking in and out, not killing any of them, though. No Marines were killed there, and no Mutalisks were killed, and he's going to be swinging on back home, knowing that that thing's going up, forcing him to spend his minerals, which are really low at the moment, on static defenses, such as missile turrets, which means they'll be less ready for any Zergling rush, Baneling rush, which looks like he's getting ready to do, taking the center of the map. The Thor is going to be moving up. He's going to be caught out of position. Only 4 Marines, not going to be able to do anything. He's going to go right for the Thor, and with the siege tank splash damage, that could be spell the end of the Thor right there, and there goes the Thor, and now he's going to swing in and try to wipe this up, but there are too many Marines for him to do anything. Swinging back, that was not well thought out by Red Terran there, kind of just swinging over to the Xel'Naga Watchtower, and really just ended his Thor's day, very sadly. That Thor could have been proven very, very useful, especially if he decided to get 1 or 2 more, but sadly it was taken out by the Zergling infestation and the Mutaswarm. And it's just looking worse and worse for the Terran here. Really contained. Really, he's working on like 1.5 bases. The gold is fully saturated. The natural is all about halfway mined out. Maybe I'd say, yeah, I'd say just coming up on the halfway mark. And now we have another encounter at the map. The Marines kind of poking in and out here as he's dropping more creep tumors too. I love the creep spread Leenock has going here at the 18-minute mark, and he's going to be moving in, really trying to fish for them, but he doesn't realize that he's got, I'm sure he realizes that the Banelings are mixed in there, and whenever the Zerglings get really, really close, especially when the siege tanks go, those siege tanks are just going to open fire, and the splash damage is going to do damage to his Marines, and right now he can't really afford to lose many troops, while frickin' Leenock, on the other hand, can afford to lose as much as he wants, since his economy is pretty up there, and he can just replenish his Zerglings. And now he's rolling his Banelings in and out. He's going to scan there, take out those creep tumors, and he's going to have to let those creep tumors go because those Marine counts are stimmed, and he'll probably kill off those Banelings well before they even did any damage. But he's going to be counterattacking with his Mutalisks, but warded off by more Marines. Crazy back and forth game here. He does have his planetary fortress up. I know he was just researching infesting the pathogen gland over here, so we will probably see some infestor play. Really trying to do some poking damage. Running the Zerglings up and around now. He is going to be going on through the back door, and since the this has already been taken out, the engineering bay has already been taken out, he's going to be kind of left open. All of his troops are in the center of the map, and now he's going to be coming in, wreaking havoc on the mineral line. He has brought up some of his Marines and his Thor, but the the Mutalisk is already in the back, and now he's going to be rolling and borrowing those Banelings. And he did see that go down, though, so he is going to quickly kill those off with a scan. That's got to cause some panic. He did get a good amount of workers killed. If we take a look, he's killed 11 workers so far, while the Red Terran has killed 0. Now he's going to be swinging back here with his Mutals back to home base, forcing him back. I would have liked to see, I think, if while he had forced his all those Marines back to the natural, a secondary pronged attack here on the gold with maybe some mutas that he saved up, because all those Marines were gone. He really didn't have anything but a few missile turrets, and he could have done some massive damage to both worker lines, but that's neither here nor there. That's a little late for it at this point, because he was sieging up here at the edge of the creep, but not before this massive amount of Mutalisks. That is so many Mutalisks are going to be coming up here. And now Infestors are getting into the mix, and there's going to be one Fungal Growth, so Fungal Growths are going to be used. He is going to know that that is there now, and it's going to do a lot of damage, forcing those Medivacs to use their energy on those Fungal. A bunch of Marine Banelings now in the mix. It looks like primarily Banelings now instead of Zerglings here. Quickly going to wipe this up, and they're going to go Magic Box that Thor and quickly wiping it up, and here come the Banelings looking to wipe out the rest of the siege tanks. After that, Thor would have kept going with those Mutas. I don't know why he's backing up. There's really not much there. The Fungal Growth would have easily finished these guys off, but he thought it necessary to pull back those Mutas because of this little Marine line here, and now more Marines are going to be doing this. Hang on one second, my dad's calling. I apologize about that. So he is sieged up on the edge of the creep. I don't remember exactly where I left off as far as the speech goes, but he's got the Mutalisks there, kind of at a standoff right here. Leenock is at 200, and he does have a greater spire going up, so you're probably gonna see him try to clear up some food if he's planning on getting any Broodlords out, as he does have a bunch of Corruptors coming out. So some sort of encounter is going to need to happen if he wants to clear up some food, maybe sacrificing a few things here and there just to do some damage. And yeah, that's kind of what he needs to do for those Broodlords to pop out. He does have a nice little ball here of Zerglings, Banelings, and those Infestors could do a ton of damage. And he is down here now at his original third, and that Infestor Pit is probably going to go down. He did lose that third to the Marines, but no, before the Mutalisks are able to swing in, he pulls out. And a few of those Broodlords are going to get a couple kills, it looks like. And now he's going to go for the gold, but not before Leenock comes up to the top again with a bunch of Zerglings to do even more damage. What is happening right now? He's going for the third, doing a bunch of damage. He's evacuating his SCVs, but not while maintaining the attack on the gold, which he did manage to kill off, but the Broodlords are coming into the game now. And that could be very, very dangerous for our Red Terran here. And the Zerglings are going to do a little bit of damage. He is clearing up that food with those Zerglings, really just sacking them now. As you can see, Fumo not really doing anything. He just kind of had him on attack move, it looks like. Yeah, he is just sacking them now. So really just freeing up that food. Killing off the supply depots is going to really seriously impede the Terran with that food block and the supply block, but now he's forced to move it to the corner, and those Broodlords are now hatched. He has a huge army of Broodlords and freaking Mutalisks with a few Banelings and Infestors. He is going to bring up those Queens to do some sort of transfusion attack, and did he see those? I'm sure he did. Now he has to make the encounter push here, and he's got them right in the middle of the map, right at that big hole, so he doesn't really get that vision. He's going to force the scan if he wants to see all of those Broodlords, and the Queen almost taking down 2 Queens there, but she did get a couple transfuses off. The Mutalisks are going to swing on in here. He did kill a couple of those Broodlords, but the Mutalisks is going to swing in here and push them back. If he could just kill off the rest of those Marines, which is really low now, those siege tanks are going to kind of be useless, especially against this army. There goes another siege tank. These Marines are really going to be important to him, and he needs to keep them alive. And this one Thor going to try to do some damage. He's going to really focus on these Broodlords, stimming up those Marines, focusing another great transfuse on those Broodlords to keep them alive, wasting more or less of Terran's time. And now he's going to do some huge attack. Now things are swinging wildly in Leenock's favor. not really doing too much to be able to stop this. He has killed off quite a few Broodlords, but not enough, and he's got a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings on the way to reinforce this very, very nice push. And here come the Marines stimming up again, and he's quickly trying to pull them back. He's lost 2 more Broodlords there, potentially a third. There goes the 3rd Broodlord. So his Broodlord numbers are whittling down, but now these Mutalisks are able to swing in here and do the rest of the damage after the stim wears off, and they've already taken their damage. Now they're really, really low in numbers. The Medevac's trying to keep them all alive. A couple of Vikings in play, but they are not going to last long against this big ball of Mutas. And now 3 of these Broodlords are going to swing back up here, and it looks like this gold is probably going to go down now that these Broodlords are in play and pushing back that army here that are going to be pinched, it looks like, by a good chunk of Zerglings. So he's really nice pronged attack by Leenock, forcing his army to just make a decision, gold or his tech structures, and it's going to have to be his tech structures since his gold is more or less mined out in the first place. And now that he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases up and running and are very nicely saturated, it looks like there's not going to be much that the Red Terran can do at this point. Leenock has essentially taken this game, really wiping everything up. If we look at the mineral count, the Terran really has no minerals right now, while Leenock has a very steady income, and he's going to pull in these Zerglings to try to finish up the job. This one Broodlord has 6 kills, this one has 8 kills, so just doing their duty, and these Vikings are getting a few free kills here, but still, the huge amount of Zerglings that are now coming to reinforce with more Mutalisks as well is really just going to wrap this up. The siege tanks are going to be quickly taken out here, and there's the GG from the Terran. Awesome game by Leenock. Love to see just the kinds of back and forths that you see where one player has a really good strategy and moves out, but the other player reacts accordingly, and then that player reacts accordingly to that reaction, and just have a nice... I like the 20-minute to 30-minute games because it shows real good strategy, real good micro management, and real good macro. Just shows how all the different aspects of the game can come together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cast as much as I did, and I'll see you guys next cast.